So we have with us Akhil Ravi, CEO of Aurigene Pharmaceutical Services, who was with us at the discussion. So we'll have a couple of questions for him. So Akhil, thank you so much for giving us the time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah. So what do you think are the biggest opportunities for our industry so far as manufacturing services is concerned?
So I think as I was sharing, right, today 70% of all the innovation in the world is happening in small and medium biotech companies, and about 20 to 30% is with the big pharma companies, right? And I think many of these companies have so much of innovation going on. I think through our vast set of manufacturing capabilities, we can reach out to them, solve their problem, and then take the product all the way to the market. I think because India, we have FDA approved facilities and specifically Aurigene and Dr. Reddy's to take the product from phase one to commercial, and there are many success stories like that. Right, so that I think is a big opportunity. And the second, if you look at the market from a demand perspective, right, many companies are coming to India and trying to look at alternate options. Earlier, they were limited to typical options in Europe and China and a little bit in the US. But because of potential issues in some of these traditional powerhouses, it opens up a huge opportunity for the country. And I think it is really visible in the number of inquiries, in the solutions we are providing, and also my peers, right? And we have quite a few friends there. So it's very encouraging to see that the industry is growing. And I
Right.
think it's a big pivotal moment to go from where we are to take the next leap.
Sure. So one of the points where we actually lag is about the scale,
Mm.
and the other side of the spectrum is like of large companies. We have the Lonzas, Wuxis, Catalent, we spoke about it. How do we reach that point where scale doesn't become a problem and we still get the kind of traction that we are having the aim of?
Okay, that's a great question because if you look at what the Lonzas, Catalans, Wuxis of the world, or even Samsung now has done is invested massive amount of capital to build very large scale facilities. But you have to also understand, therefore, that what they are catering to are large scale demands,
Mm, right.
right?
Right.
So that means there is a potential opportunity for customers who need small demand, quick turnaround time to also serve them.
Yep.
And there is a great value because those customers will also grow. In addition, given the large demand, large investments they have made, they also operate at a certain price point, right?
Right.
And a certain, I would say, flexibility slash inflexibility,
Mm.
right? I think there is a potential opportunity to serve a market segment who is potentially underserved by them,
Sure.
right? So we don't need to go after all the 8,000 molecules which are in the clinic today. We need a few. We need a few winners. Having said that, I also see that many Indian companies are also investing in large scale, right? Scale, and I think, and we see it internally as well, right? Today, this year, we have already have working with companies who have FDA approval and EMA approval.
Yeah.
Two of them,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Wow.
And likewise, when I was meeting with our other panelists, each of them has at least one or two molecules which are being either FDA approved or EMA approved
Right.
in their supply chain,
Amazing.
right? So I think it tells us that the maturity of the Indian CDMO pharma industry is growing,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it will continue to grow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this, I think, so that's a great achievement for the industry, I would say.
Right. The last question. As Origin participating in this entire growth story, where do you think are your biggest strengths? What would be your future plan a couple of years down the line?
Great. So I think, as I was sharing, right, Aurigene is a wholly owned subsidiary of Dr. Reddy's, right? And the company has a rich history of 40 years of drug substance development, biologics of about 25 years, and a vast like learning of what to do. I would even say what not to do,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So I think that is one of our biggest assets, right? That combined learning and the willingness to target this new segment. The second element of why we want to grow is it stems from our purpose. Our purpose is to accelerate access to affordable and innovative medicines.
Mm.
So the CDMO business model enables us to live our purpose through our partners,
Mm.
right? So that is where I get really excited when the molecules we work get approved, and are given to so many patients across the world, right? So I think it's a combination of purpose and our ability and our capability and our capacities which we have in our network across both biologics and small molecules to serve the global needs and meet our purpose.
Superb, superb. Great to have this conversation. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much
much,
for your time.
Vikas. Thank you so much.
Thank you.